Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I'm going to go over my everyday carry winter vehicle emergency kit. Mostly I just add to it to make it a winter kit, and then I just subtract in the springtime. So this is all stuff on the hood behind me, as you see. That's all stuff that I carry on a daily basis with me everywhere I go. And I want to get into it and kind of show you guys what I have and maybe explain why you might need it. And just hopefully this video will give you guys some ideas or maybe something you haven't thought about yet, and you can add to your kit at home. So I guess I'll just go ahead and get into it, and we'll start right here. This bag has a complete change of clothes in it. I've got pants, shirt, underwear, and socks in this bag here. So that's pretty self-explanatory. And then we'll move on to this stuff. This here goes along with winter. These are an insulated pair of Carhartt overalls and an old Carhartt jacket that I've got that I just keep in the trunk. I have a good one that I replaced this with, but there's nothing wrong with this coat. It's just a little bit stained up, and will get you through something if you needed it to. So there's that. I think that's pretty self-explanatory as well. Come around here, I got a case here, and what this is an electric jack, 12 volts. And you can kind of see on the picture there what we got. I don't really need this in my car, but it will make it a lot easier if I have to change a tire. I won't need to get all my vehicle stuff out, and it'll make my tire change process go a lot faster having this electric jack. So I carry that with me. Bought it a long time ago, and I've used it a lot, and it's come in very handy. So electric jack. Back here, it's pretty standard, but it's a buddy heater. Just a 5,000 BTU model, and I keep that in there in case my car breaks down and I gotta have heat. More than likely won't use it, or if I'm out and I need heat somewhere else, at work, if I'm working on something and I need to warm my hands up, there's a good hand warmer for you. So I keep that, and I also keep 4 tanks as well, 4 1-pound full tanks of fuel. Because what good is the heater without propane? Another winter item. I love this thing. I bought it at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. It extends out and locks into place. I got a pretty good deal on this. I think it was about $17 is what I paid for it on sale. And I ended up buying like, it was either 12 or 17. Anyway, I ended up buying 5 of them, and I gave them all out, and this is mine that I kept. So if you got to dig yourself out of the snow, that's great to have in your trunk, because you can't always fit a full-size shovel in your car. Fire extinguisher. I never used to carry a fire extinguisher, but over the years, all my experience has taught me that what can happen will happen, and you're not going to be prepared for it. So if somebody else has a vehicle fire, if I have a vehicle fire, more than likely this is for me to help out other people, but it's always there if I need it as well. You never know when you're going to run across somebody who's been in an accident and needs some help. And I don't know too many people that carry fire extinguishers in their vehicle. So you'll be the one prepared, and you'll be able to help them and potentially save somebody's life. So it's a small one, but if you know what you're doing, you should be able to at least buy some time. So this here, I'm not going to go through the contents, but you can see it's a medical bag, and I've got a lot of medical stuff in here. Again, you never know when you're going to run across somebody who's in need, and you'll have what you need to help them out. It'll also help me if I need it, but more than likely I'll be helping somebody else. So I keep a medical kit in my car. This is something I've always kept, and I really haven't used it, but it's always there if I need it. And it's a collapsible folding shovel. So the way this works is it unfolds, you screw this down, and it tightens everything up, and you got yourself a nice sturdy shovel to dig into dirt or whatever you want to dig. It's got serrated edges on it. More of a, like, I guess it'd be more like a World War II style trench shovel. And this one here is made by Coleman. I bought that a long time ago. I think I bought it at Walmart. And I just hang on to that just in case. I have used it a couple times, but nothing major. If you ever had to dig a hole though, you'd be able to. Going along the line of clothing, I keep a spare pair of boots. These are old work boots that I had. I didn't find them really comfortable, but I can wear them for a while. I mean, I can wear them for a week or so, but after a while they start to get to my feet. But I always keep a spare pair of boots. So along the lines of clothing, in the past, because of my job, I've got myself into situations where I've been drenched. You know, I've just gotten completely drenched and had nothing to change into, and had to get in my vehicle all wet like that and nasty, and it was actually quench fluid, and ended up having to drive home like that and get my vehicle all stinky and stuff too. So I always keep a change of clothes and a pair of work boots, just in case. This here is a Harbor Freight moving blanket. It's I don't remember the size on this. It's fairly big. I know that. And I keep this for a couple reasons. For one, it's insulation. If you needed a blanket to cover up with or cover someone else up with, you've got it. The other thing is, if I had to get out of the vehicle and maybe crawl underneath it, I could lay this out on the ground. And this material is not very absorbent. It will absorb, but it's not real absorbent. And you'd be able to crawl into your vehicle without getting all nasty and dirty and wet and muddy. So that's the reason I keep this around. Multiple uses. And I've also used it to cover the back seat in my car when I take my dogs places. Just keeps the hair down. So multiple uses for a Harbor Freight moving blanket. I do stock up on these. They come in handy a lot. You know, even for if I'm working and I'm doing something really dusty and I've got something I don't want to get dusty, I can use that to cover it up. You know, if you got a motorcycle at home or something, yeah, just throw one of these over it. It'll protect it. So, moving blanket. So obviously a snow brush. I think most people carry snow brushes in their car. This is just mine. I like the one-piece design of this one. I don't have a big wide SUV, so my car, this is perfect. I don't need one of them long ones, so I do keep that. And I got an emergency light here. These are cheap. You can get these at Harbor Freight. Basically, you pull it up, it turns on. You push it down, it turns off. And it's just a way to have emergency light. It's just a little lantern. I'll pull it up all the way so you can see it. There you go. So these are very, very handy. I actually have probably 10 of these in various locations, and they're great. I think I paid like $3 a piece for them. Can't go wrong. Very nice, handy piece of equipment there. So I got this bag. It's Aldi bag. And inside of this bag, I have some B&E stuff. Not that I break and enter anything, but in my line of work, you would be surprised how many people ask me to get into their cars because they lock their key in their cars. So I kind of put this together. It cost me a little bit more to do it this way. I didn't buy the kit. I wanted to buy good quality stuff, and it seemed like the good quality companies only offered stuff separate. So I've got two of these here, these air pumps, and let me see, they are made by Rhino Strong. So these work with these wedges. I got a whole bunch of these wedges here, and the way this works is you're gonna shove this down inside the crack of the door, right, and start pumping it up, and you can stick this wedge. Once it starts bending the door out away from the body, you can put these wedges in and kind of help hold that door. And while that door has got a crack at the top, throw these in here. There are more rods here, but you take this little tool and it screws together. It's got a handle, and there's two other rods, so that'll go up to like 60 inches, I believe. And you can stick that down inside and hit their lock switch. Or if it's manual, I guess you could pull on their lock switch because it's got that little hook. So there's that. And this also has other things in it as well. It's got some of these little plastic pry bar deals, and that's so it doesn't scratch the paint. They're very tough plastic. Got another one here, just different styles. So that comes in handy a lot because there's always somebody around me. It never fails. They lock their keys in their car and they can't get in. So I'm able to help them out. And pretty much, I think, as you can tell, most of this stuff helps more people, other people, than it does me. But obviously, if I lock my keys out of the car, I can't get to these, right? So that's basically just to help others. Now, got this bag here. This is all electrical stuff, and I'm going to go through it and show you one at a time what I keep. Previous video I showed this. This is my Rescue Mate OzCharge capacitor style jump box to help jump cars, and I described that this will take 3 volts and make 12 and give you enough amperage to get your car started. So there's that. I keep this multimeter also. This is a Gardner Bender. I ended up getting this for free from, I don't remember what company it was, but I had bought enough stuff from the company that they sent a voucher to get whatever free item I wanted, and I chose this so I could carry it with me. And you know, I can check battery voltage. I can check to see if the alternator's working. You know, I know how to do all that. So this thing has come in handy a lot just for doing that kind of stuff. So keep a multimeter. I keep this OBD2 scan tool. This one is made by Think OBD, and I've been okay. This has worked okay for me. I mean, it hasn't been the greatest. I remember buying this because Scotty Kilmer recommended it, and it's kind of a cheap tool, but it has lasted quite a few years, and I've been able to see my codes mostly on, but some of these newer cars it doesn't like. So if you have a, you know, in the 2020s car, this may not do what you want, and you may need to go with a different style, but it's gotten the job done on everything that I've owned personally. So I keep a scan tool. This is more of a redundancy, but this is a battery and alternator checker, and it was given to me as a gift, so I just threw it in the old bag there. So keep that. Now, if you don't know what this is, it's got a button. This is so that you can hook power up. You hook one of these to your battery and you hook one to the starter, and you'll be able to crank an engine if you're outside of the vehicle. So just kind of one of them things. If I'm helping somebody troubleshoot their tractor or whatever they have, this thing is great for that. So I always keep that in the car. I got 2 pair of gloves in here. This is 1 pair. Good to have. Battery terminal cleaner right there, just a cheapie. But you never know. My car has got so much electronics on it that the battery constantly corrodes. I can't stop it. So I have to continuously, at least twice a year, clean the battery off. And it's been like that since I've had it. I think I bought the car in 2017, so we're going 7, 8 years now, and just it is what it is. That's how these newer cars are. They got such a draw on a low draw that they end up with corrosion on the battery terminals. So I carry one of those. Fuses. I think one thing a lot of people overlook are fuses. These have 2 different styles. If you look, you got the smaller ones and the bigger ones. Again, to help me or somebody else, just a box of fuses I bought off of eBay. They're not expensive fuses, but I'm sure they're fine and they'll get you through. So this here is a box of terminal ends. So keep some of those with me, and I've got the tools to crimp them and strip wires as well. Got a roll of electrical tape. And I made this up. This here is a 12-volt breaker, and I put these wires on it. Now what I can do is take these wires and plug them in where your fuse normally goes into. So I don't have to keep blowing fuses. I turn that on, and if it trips, then obviously there's still a problem. So basically this is a troubleshooting tool, a breaker with 2 spade ends to plug in, and I can troubleshoot without going through fuses. And I think that's about it here. Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and put everything back in there, and I'll be back, show you the rest of the stuff. So another thing I keep is a little beanie here. I bought this at Menards. I believe it was Menards or TSC or something, and just to keep your head warm. So I keep that. Now getting into some other things that I don't necessarily keep in my car all the time, but I do have it with me all the time. I do carry a bag. So this here is a battery backup, and it's a pretty good sized one, and these are all solar panels that unfold. You just fold it up and then Velcro it shut. But this has 3 different connections built right into it, and it's also got an output there, and it also has a light. So I keep this with me just in case if I got to charge my phone or whatever's happening. It's also got a Type-C there on the side as well, and it's always charged. So I do keep a battery backup with me at all the time. This here is a Baofeng UV9R or something like that. It's a 9. Anyhow, I keep this with ham frequencies programmed into it. Believe it or not, you know, we've got a frequency around here called Skywarn. That comes in very handy for severe weather. Even the ham frequencies for the local area have a lot of good information on them during severe weather. So I always keep that, and I can kind of listen in and see what's going on as far as the ordinary person who's speaking on a ham frequency, you know. And then I keep this here. This is a digital trunking scanner that I've programmed for a tri-county area, and I can pick up pretty much everything that has to do with law enforcement, fire, EMS, even the airports. I mean, I can pick up anything on this. So this is a Whistler, I believe, WS-1045. These aren't cheap, but indispensable in an emergency, or to just figure out what's going on around you. You know, if you're going a direction and you hear something come over the scanner and that's up ahead of you, you may want to turn off and go around it, you know. Just really handy to have. So always carry that with me as well. In my car, I've got a handheld, or I'm sorry, not handheld, I've got a CB radio built into it. And because of that, I carry this here. This is a Cobra, see here, it doesn't say on it. I can't remember the model of it. But I always keep a handheld as well. And this antenna is probably one of the best you're gonna get for, I mean, it's probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 feet long. And basically, if I got to leave my car or I have somebody with me and we got to split up and say the cell phones aren't working, I've got a way to contact them from a couple miles out if need be. So I always keep a handheld CB radio, and a good one. It also has weather stations on it, so you can hear local weather on that as well. But I find the Skywarn is much more accurate and much better for emergencies. And on other things, I've got charging cables, that kind of stuff. But that's going to do it for that bag. And then we can go ahead, if you want, we can get into this one here. This is everything has gone to shit and I don't have a way to get home, so I need to walk. We'll go ahead and start getting into this a little bit here and show you what I keep here. I keep this little cook stove here. This is a little butane cook stove that unfolds and you put it on a small butane. And really it's a butane propane mix stove. So I keep some of those containers as well. But this is a nice little cooktop to keep in your bag. Mosquito net. I live where there are flies and mosquitoes, so that'll keep them away from you, keep them from biting you. Now this is something most people, I think, don't think of. This here is a bag. It's made by Go Dark, and I think you can get 2 of these for about $100. I don't remember. This is what's known as a Faraday bag, and you can put your electronic devices in here, and it pretty much stops any RF from getting in or out to that piece of electronic. So always keep that too. You never know when you don't want to be followed, when your phone constantly monitors and tracks your location. You can put it in here, and until you take it out of here, it doesn't know where it's at. Now, I have seen videos where they say that your phone can still keep track of where you went and how far, and then as you pull it out, it'll upload that. I don't know how true that is, but I tend to just keep this anyway, and then I know that if something happens, I can just kind of disappear. This here is a full face respirator helmet, or not helmet, but face mask. I keep this, there you go, pull it out here. So I keep this just in case there are harmful things in the environment that you don't need to breathe and you shouldn't be breathing. This will last a few hours and get you through that, whatever it is. So I keep that in there. I got me a little foldable fishing rod I've had for years. This thing is old. This thing is, I think it goes back to the 70s or 80s, and very well built. In the handle here, you can open it up, and it's got extra hooks and stuff in there. So just a way to fish. Neat little rod and reel. Let's see here. This is called the Pocket Fisherman. I've got this I don't know if it's called a machete, but I keep that in there as well. And you can tell I have used it. It's got a hell of a saw blade on the back. It's made by Camellius, and been very, very happy with this thing. It is strong, and I've cut all kinds of brush with it. Then here on the side, you can see I've got a little knife that goes with it with little wrenches and stuff that kind of go down inside of there too. So that's kind of a nice addition to have with it. Insect repellent. I keep that with me just in case too. Here's my little butane propane canisters for that cooktop. Now this here is a Catadine water filter. It's got a pump in here, and there it is. And you basically pump the handle, and you can put this hose down into a water source, pump it, and you'll end up with fresh drinkable water. So you never know when you'll want fresh drinkable water. Again, this is a water bottle that also has a, I guess you'd call it like a life straw inside. It's a water filter. Got a poncho in here, keep you from getting wet. Let's see, this is a diver's bag. So I just keep that around in case I find stuff I need to pick up and take with me. Just an extra bag to have around. And let's see here. This here is going to be another small kit for medical, so I do keep that around in my bag because I'm not carrying that big one if I got to leave my vehicle. I keep a small one. On this paper are a list of all local frequencies that I keep, and just in case, since I do have my radios, I'll be able to find anything I want to find on here. All right, everything's back in that main pouch, and we're going to go through these front ones here. See what I got. I've got a voice recorder, a flashlight, and this flashlight will do red, white, and blue light. And then I keep all of my thumb drives as well in there with information on them. So that's it for that pouch. Emergency candles. I keep those. Those are long burn candles. Should get me through, I think these were 8-hour candles. I can't remember, but get me through a couple nights. I also have a couple Zippo lighters in there, or Bic lighters, I should say. I'm sorry. Down into this pack, more emergency candles, which I guess I'll put into here. There we go. I got this little cool tool kit here. It's got all kinds of stuff in it. You never know when you'll need any of this stuff, so carry that with me. Pair of pliers. Pair of heavy-duty scissors. I got a little shovel here, foldable shovel. A little paracord bracelet with a compass on it. I keep here all kinds of pens and markers right along this this one pouch here. I've got an emergency blanket in there. Hand soap. I got a larger compass here as well. There we go. You can see. Extra batteries, toothbrush, toothpaste, that kind of stuff in there. This is all stuff for the Baofeng radios for just comms and stuff like that. I can plug that in and talk and listen to it. Now this is something that I put together with an Altoids can. And what it is I've got a bunch of little threads. Here we go. Little threads and a thimble and all that. So if I did rip something, I'd be able to repair it. And I have used this when I've ripped something out at work or something. I have used this and sewed it back up. I got kind of a grooming kit here with fingernail clippers, tweezers, that kind of stuff. So I do keep that as well. You never know when you'll get a splinter and need to pull it out. Notepad to write on. And looks like that's going to do it for this pouch. So I'm going to say that's probably the extent of this bag. Yep. That's going to do it. So that's everything I carry on a daily basis in my car. And I would hope that that will get me through anything that I can come across. I just try to be prepared for anything I can be. And, you know, a lot of people are going to say you're paranoid. I'm not paranoid. I'm just prepared. So anyways, I hope you guys liked what you've seen here. If it gave you any ideas, let me know. Throw a comment down below and let me know if I'm missing something. I'm got a lot of stuff, but maybe I'm missing something that you guys normally carry. And let me know why you do that, why you carry it. So I appreciate you guys watching this video. Hope you have a nice day, and I'll see you on the next one.